slightly different angle. You would not venture into social CRM or social media unless you can make a return on investment that more than offsets the cost of this stupidity. And yet few companies are doing that. I work with very good companies. Kraft Foods is one of our customers. They're launching Tassimo. Tassimo is a very nice alternate to Keurig for a machine for coffee, single cup coffee. It's a beautiful machine. It's very good coffee. And they said, well, we have to spend a very large sum of money on social media. Why? Well, we got to get our name out there, and we got to get people to start buying the product. So you sit back and you say, this was hundreds of thousands, more than that, of money that they were going to spend. So where are you going to get your name out? We're going to build a Facebook website. What for? Well, we're going to get a big following, and we're going to go virtual, and people are going to just say, talk about Tassimo. And then it's going to go viral, and we're going to sell millions of machines and lots of coffee. So what control do you have over the people that are going to Facebook in terms of the data that they're sending to one another? And if Facebook changes the rules on privacy, how much of that data is relevant and can you then use in your own efforts? Versus taking the information back into a Marriott social media site where we now induce or seduce or incentivize people to come in and talk about their coffee experience. Now, as you'll see in a minute, you're going to bring people in from Facebook and LinkedIn and all the places, but you're going to use your social media as the hub for generating ideas. Now, why is this important? I put up AAA here. In 2008, we stood up 6 social media sites for AAA clubs around the country, in Canada, Vancouver, and in this country. And we learned a lot of lessons. So here's one important lesson. AAA Mid-Atlantic, they're based out of Wilmington, Delaware. So we spent a fair sum of money putting up the site. It was their site. It was a social media site that sat on the website of AAA. It's probably up there. I think it's one of those. So here's what we did. We said, okay, let's do a technographic profile of the 5.3 million members that belong to AAA Mid-Atlantic, and let's find out those that like to be playing with technology. Let's invite those to join the automobile kind of community and the travel community. Those are 2 that are big at AAA, 2 big products. And we had some very interesting things going on the blogs and forums and polls and all kinds of cool stuff. And we got a lot of people to join, and today it's a very important part of how they do business. But here's what we did. We said, okay, for those that joined the community that are members of AAA, how much more money do they spend as a result of belonging to or just because they belong to the community versus the members of AAA that don't belong to the community? So I want to literally measure how much more money per year, per spend, per what are we getting from members versus, community members versus non-community members. And it was pretty interesting, a whole lot more. In fact, we paid for the investment in less than a year. But we set the metrics out at the absolute outset of the project. So this bit about trying the social media or trying social CRM, I don't get it. I just don't get it. We're all business people. We have a bottom line to meet. We do things, we make investments to get returns. And so we have to take that approach. And I think it's more than doable. I'll tell you the craft